James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to go over the 2 to 4 player game Photosynthesis by Blue Orange Games. So let's go ahead down to the table. I'll give you the gameplay overview, and we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts of the gameplay of Photosynthesis. So in Photosynthesis, you're going to be competing over light, and you're going to be trying to score these different tiles. And the way the game's going to start is each player in their active pool, which is over here, this is all you actually get to play on a turn, unless you purchase more. So I got 4 trees and 1 medium-sized tree. And at the beginning of the game, starting in turn order, each player is going to place 1 tree until they have 2 trees out. So I'll have like 1 here, and let's say my opponent picks a tree here, and they put 1, let's say, here. Well, So after that, in turn order, everyone's going to collect light. So you're going to look at where the sun is pointing, and the arrow is going this way. And if your tree is in that path, it'll get a point. Now, your tree will cast a shadow depending on its height. So the 1 level tree, the small trees cast a shadow of 1. So if there's a tree here, this tree wouldn't get any light points. These 2 height ones, or the level medium ones, get 2 distance, so 2 away has shadow, and the big trees do 3. They also gain more light. So the little trees get 1 light, the medium trees get 2 light, and the big trees get 3 light. And what's going to happen is I'm going to move this up on the light track, and I can spend that light to do different things on my turn. Now I will actually finish my turn completely by using all of the light that I want to, and the light does carry over between rounds. I can throw a seed for 1 light, which is these guys, and these seeds can be thrown equal to the height of the tree. So the small trees is 1, the medium trees 2, and the big trees are 3. And I can put them in any empty spot. And what the cool thing about the seeds is I can spend an action to convert a seed to a small tree. I can also spend 2 light to convert a small into a medium that has to come from here, or 3 light to go from a medium to large, or a 4 light to go from large to harvested. And what that's important is if I have like this big tree in the middle, let's say, it's netting me a whole bunch of light per turn, so it's giving me more ability to do different actions during my turn, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't give me any points. What only gives me points is, depending on the region that this is in, when I harvest it, it'll go back on my board. Now, neat rule here is, like, you notice that the board's full right now, and I started with 4 small trees and a medium tree. If these trees get removed from the board, like I upgraded them, and they can't fit on here, they actually get removed from the game. It's not a big deal, but it's something to remember, because only the trees that you have out here are the ones you can actually actively place without purchasing new trees. So if I harvest a tree, I'll look at the area. So this is the 1 leaf, 2 leaf, 3 leaf, and 4 leaf area. And I'll get the appropriate tile from that area that I harvest the tree. So if I did the 2 leaf, I would get 17 points. But notice how if the next person does it, they get 16, so it's increasingly less. So you want to try to harvest these trees to get the most amount of points, but you also have to remember that once that tree is gone, you'll get a lot less light points in the next couple rounds. So you'll have less actions to do. So there's a big balancing thing on when you want to harvest and when you want to go. And there's a lot to think about where you place your trees, because each round this thing's going to rotate. Once this light makes it all the way around, you're going to take one of these off, and once we get down to 1, then everyone's going to do their final round, and then we just add up the points from this, and you get like a very small amount of points for your light level. So like if it's all the way to 20, you get 6 points, which is not really great. So points for light level is fine, but you actually want to maximize it so you actually do things. One thing I didn't discuss is your other action you can do in your turn is you can purchase these things. And they get more expensive by how many are already off. So if I want to get another seed, it's going to cost me 1 light. Second seed's 1 light. If I'm down to this many, it's going to cost me 2 light here, and then this last one's going to cost me 2 light. So same with the little trees, they keep going up too. And the medium trees, like this one's 2, 2, 3, and 3. So if I bought all my trees, it'd be very expensive, and it gets more expensive up on top. For the mediums, you got 3, 3, and 4, and this one's 4 and 5. So you do want to try to get, the goals try to get to these guys and get them on there, because not only do they give you lots of light so you can do more things on your turn, but they're the only way you really score. So in a nutshell, that is photosynthesis. We'll go ahead back up and I'll give you my final thoughts. Yeah, photosynthesis, a really good game. I love this abstract game. I love the strategy of where you're going to place your trees for aspects of whether you're going to throw shade on other players to prevent them from getting light on their turns by watching how the sun's rotating around the board. Also, planning on where you're throwing your seeds and growing your plants for harvesting, for getting the point discs. It's a very tight game, and there's a lot to think about in this game. So if you like abstract games, especially ones that look really good, I highly recommend Photosynthesis. Thanks for watching.